Okay. All right. I think we got everybody here. Everybody in the back good? We need a little bit more. Oh, you got a couple more minutes? You want to come in? Come on in. Well, they're here. They just need to get set up in the back. Here, I can help you. Yeah, sure. Let's turn it this way. That work? Yeah. There we go. Okay. Good. Okay, everyone good with levels, audio levels? All set? Okay. All right, the day is finally here. All right, hello everyone and welcome to our Harris County Houston Sports Authority offices as we celebrate the big day, officially 2 years away from the World Cup getting underway in North America in 2026. That's worth a round of applause. We're almost there. 2 years after we learned that we were going to get it, now we're 2 years away from actually it being here. On June 11th, 2026, the tournament will open up in Mexico City at Estadio Azteca, and here in Houston, we'll have our first taste of the action on June 14th at NRG Stadium and NRG Park. Today, you'll hear updates on a variety of topics related to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, everything from the planning process to the Fan Fest, the legacy planning, and so much more. But before we get to those bits of information, let's take a look at a quick video kind of showcasing the World Cup coming to town. I told you it was quick, right? It was quick. You got to see all the World Cup logo in front of so many iconic Houston locations. Shout out to the team that put that together here at our offices and the hand models that used to put the stickers up, right? And it was right in the center of the screen, so it was good. Can't wait for this in our great city. But before we get to all the updates and all the announcements, we'd like to thank and acknowledge the elected officials, city and professional team leaders, Sports Authority and Sports Authority Foundation board members, and our FIFA World Cup 26 Houston supporters and donors that have joined us here today. We really appreciate all your support. You can see some of our supporters right over here. So now, time to get to the fun part. Please welcome Harris County Houston Sports Authority Executive and President of the 2026 World Cup Host Committee, Chris Canetti. He will give us all an update on how the planning process is going. And joining him up here, seated to his right, City of Houston Mayor Pro Tem Martha Castex-Tatum, and Houston Dynamo and Houston Dash President of Business Operations Jessica O'Neill. Chris, the floor is yours, sir.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. It was approximately 2 years ago where many of us stood in this room anxiously awaiting the announcement to learn Houston's fate as to whether or not we were going to be a host city in 2026. And the celebration was on June 22nd when the good word came that Houston would be one of 16 cities here in North America to host what will be the largest sporting event in the history of the world. Now I want to fast forward 2 years from now, June 11th, 2026, to Mexico City at historic Azteca Stadium, where more than 85,000 people will gather for the first match of the FIFA 2026 World Cup. And while that's going on in Mexico, thousands will be gathered here in Houston at our FIFA Fan Fest to start the celebration. This will be the beginning of what will be a 38-day event here in Houston, from the first day, the first match in Mexico City, to the final at MetLife Stadium in New York, New Jersey. During that 38-day window, Houston will host 7 matches. Our first match will be on June 14th, as was just stated by Daniel, and our last match will be on July 4th. That's a 20-day period. And for those of you who remember the Super Bowl in 2017, think about having 7 Super Bowls in Houston over the course of these 20 days, of June 14th to July 4th of 2026. That's what we are about to embark on. It will have a tremendous impact on our community. We do these events, sure, because they're a lot of fun, there's a lot of excitement, a lot of energy, but we do them for the good of our community, the economic impact, the worldwide exposure and impressions, and of course the legacy programs that come out of it. So what I want to do today, 2 years away from being announced and 2 years from the first match, just give a quick update on the planning process and what we've been up to over the course of the last few years. But I don't want to take for granted that everybody here in Houston knows everything about the FIFA World Cup. So while we've reported some of this stuff before, I want to touch on it again. This is the first time in history that the World Cup will be hosted in 3 countries, the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. It will be hosted in 16 cities across these 3 countries. And we are one of 11 cities here in the United States to be hosting. There's 3 in Mexico and 2 in Canada. Houston, with 7 matches, got the 3rd most matches out of all of the cities. There will be 104 matches played across this tournament. So while we have 7 here in Houston, there's still 107 matches going on. 97 matches going on across the rest of North America during that time period. The matches will be played at NRG Park, just to be safe, so everybody knows that. And the Fan Fest will be the major ancillary event, again taking place for 38 days, match 1 to match 104. And I'll cover the details on the Fan Fest here in a little bit. But there's lots of moving parts to putting on a major event like this. Of course, Houston has hosted more major sporting events than any other city since 2004. So we've been there, we've done that, we've got a great track record. Most recently, the college football playoff, which was just so successful here in Houston. So we have a great template for how we organize and plan these events. But of course, the FIFA World Cup is extremely different in every way, shape, and form, including being the largest sporting event in the history of the world. So while we will work off of our template and all the great partners that we have in the city that we've worked with time and time again to organize this event, but again, have to tailor it to the needs of FIFA and to the uniqueness of this event. One of the main things that we need to do is we need to make some improvements and renovations to NRG Stadium. A lot of people have asked about this over the course of the last couple of years, so a quick update on that. There's really 2 main things that we need to do. We need to make what's called bowl modifications. We need to widen the pitch area, the field area, to be able to fit a FIFA-sized soccer pitch in there. So we're working with the good folks at the Harris County Sports and Convention Corp and NRG Park on this plan over the course of the next couple of weeks. That plan will come together, and we will look to make those renovations in the summer of 2025. After certain events are booked there and before the NFL season takes place. So the bowl modifications is one of the big things that we have to work on. We also have to make some suite modifications to accommodate some of the hospitality regulations and requirements that FIFA has. And again, we're working with the same entities on those, and that work will be done after the rodeo in 2026 and ahead of our event starting. One of the other major key projects that we need is to install a grass field. The World Cup is played on grass, not just any old grass, the best playing surface grass that you could ever imagine. So we are working alongside FIFA to work out all of the details on how we can install a top-notch, world-class grass field into that stadium for the duration of the tournaments. Not only do we have to install it, we have to make sure that it can survive and be maintained what will be over the course of 40 days from the time the turf is laid to the time we're able to take it out after the final game. We're happy to be working with a partner of ours from Shell Energy Stadium and the Houston Dynamo, and Dan Bergstrom. By the way, the Houston Dynamo pitch has been rated by the players the #1 field in all of North America, so we've got great expertise on our team helping us to build this pitch and to make sure that it's absolutely world class. So while we're still working on the details of that, it'll all come together by the end of this year. Of course, as you can imagine, safety and security is the #1 priority. It's also our #1 expense line. Ensuring the safety and security of the fans, not only at the stadium, but at the Fan Fest and the hotels and all the different places that exist around the city, is our #1 priority. We're working with local, state, federal officials on all of this alongside FIFA and again our partners at NRG Park to coordinate these efforts. We've been pleased to work with Chief Satterwhite, Chief Harden, and Sergeant Villarreal of the Houston Police Department, who have a vast amount of experience in these events and helping us run point with all of these various agencies across the state and the nation. Lots of people like to ask about transportation and hotels, and luckily we're in good shape there as well. We have established a transportation committee that's organizing our planning efforts. We have a plan due to FIFA by the end of this year on how transportation is going to work in and around town. Once again, building off of the great templates that we've used for past events and integrating it into FIFA's needs. One thing that I thought was interesting is FIFA is here in the market, or has been here in the market, securing hotels for its needs, for the players, for the staff, for the sponsors, for the media, et cetera. They've currently contracted with 37 hotels, accounting for 5,248 room nights per night, right? So this could be over the portion of a 41-day period. So a massive impact via the hotels and the room nights. I mentioned FanFest earlier. Again, what will be a 38-day event throughout the duration of the World Cup, whether we have matches in Houston or not. This is where fans will gather. It's part of the culture of the tradition of soccer to watch matches as a group. We are currently working to identify our FanFest site. I can tell you right now that we are very focused on Edo, East Downtown. We've got an outstanding plan there to create Edo as a destination where locals and internationals can gather and not just show up and enjoy the FIFA FanFest location that we've identified, but all the great bars, restaurants, establishments, and culture that exists in that part of town. That work is underway to be finalized, hopefully also by the end of this year, and we're collaborating very closely with FIFA on making that happen. We are obligated to provide the teams when they come here with a place to practice. Not only will we have teams practicing the day before a match, but we'll have teams hopefully coming here to basically live over during the course of the tournament. They base here, they practice here, they stay in a hotel, and then they fly off to Atlanta or Kansas City or New York, wherever it might be, to play. So we need at least 4 facilities to be able to make this happen. We're working with Jess and the Dynamo on Shell Energy Stadium as a potential practice facility. We're also working with Jess and the Dynamo on Houston Sports Park and the Dynamo practice facility as a base camp. And we're also working with the Houston SaberCats as a potential base camp site, and then the local universities, U of H and Rice, can either fit in as a training site or a base camp. So these plans are all in the works. Discussions are ongoing as we try to close out these details between now and the end of this year. This event's going to cost a lot of money to put on. As a host committee, we have a huge obligation to cover these expenses. And we've been in the market for well over a year now out there fundraising, bringing in partners to help cover the obligation, the cost that we have. We are a nonprofit organization. We don't get any of the ticketing, the parking, the food, the beverage, the concessions, any of that kind of stuff. So we need to be creative in how we go about raising our money. And luckily, we have an awesome culture, history, and tradition of the big companies in Houston stepping up to support initiatives like this. And with the World Cup being such a big and prestigious and popular event, the corporate community has stepped up big time. Pleased to say that we're halfway through our goal at this point, and we hope to complete our fundraising campaign and get that part out of the way by the end of the year. You can see on the screen here some of the supporters that have stepped up to sponsor us at this point and help us in our venture there. Lastly, I mentioned out at the top, while it's fun to have these great sporting events here and all the excitement of seeing world-class athletes performing on the big stage, at the end of the day, this is about community and legacy. It is about making sure that after the event is gone and the final whistle's blown, that we've helped to make Houston a better place. And that's really our vision and our mission behind this event, on how we can leverage the power of this event, like I said, the most popular and prestigious sporting event in the history of the world, to help make Houston a better place. So our host committee has been focused on really 3 pillars of legacy around growing the game, defending human rights, and protecting the environment. We've got subcommittees that are working on these things, and we're off to a great start in really making sure that not only are we not causing any harm in these areas when the event comes here, but creating legacy down the road to make sure that long-lasting programs are in effect till the end of time, helping make Houston a better place. So a lot going on. I tried to cover really the headlines there and the highlights. I could go on and on and on, but we should probably leave it there. And I think, Daniel, we're going to open it up for questions here.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, go ahead. Now's your time for a quick Q&A session with Chris.
Otherwise, we can go right to one-on-ones. Happy to do this.
Does anybody have any questions?
So I'll just say, look, this is a massive undertaking, of course. We have had the weight of our community behind us from day one, going all the way back to the bid process. We know how excited our community is to have this event here, and we look forward to this being really a community-wide event, engaging as many different people as we can in the process, and really helping to put Houston on a world stage and make our community proud. So thanks for being here today to help tell a story, and look forward to the next 2 years, and may it not go as fast as the last 2 years have gone. So.
Chris, quick question.
Yes. Hey.
Look, this is a challenging city in many ways. Everything can be positive, right? Meaning, is it a challenge to get us all together?
Not really. I got to be honest with you. People are so excited about the FIFA World Cup that every door is open, and it's been amazing to walk through doors and just feel the support of everybody. In fact, it's so many people want to help. There's not enough things to pass around to get people to help at this point, right? So we love the support. We feel the support. Eventually, we're going to have a volunteer program where maybe we need upwards to 5,000 plus volunteers to support at airports, hotels, stadiums, training facilities. But no, it's really been a pleasure to be able to work on something where you have everybody behind you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Getting the soccer community together sometimes is a challenge, but I don't think anyone can deny the importance of this event.
Yeah, we're very lucky. I think honestly, during the bid process, that was something we needed to showcase to FIFA, was how united we are as a community. We actually launched this campaign during the bid process called the Spirit of Houston to show how we come together at big times and big moments to make big things happen. And I think that really resonated with FIFA, and they saw the way our community can respond at these times to pull things off. Yep.
Anybody else? All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Got a lot in 10 minutes. Well, as Chris mentioned, we do have availabilities with for one-on-one interviews with some of our elected officials and some of our partners that are here today. I'm going to list those so you guys have a better idea of who's here. Sports Authority Foundation Board Chairman Kenny Friedman is right here. He's available for some one-on-one interviews. Harris County Houston Sports Authority CEO Janice Burke is here as well. She's in the front wearing her USA jersey. I know they play Brazil. We got to have a better round than the last match there than against Colombia. Harris County Sports and Convention Corporation representatives are here. I know Ryan is here on behalf of NRG Park. He can speak too. Houston Mayor Pro Tem Martha Castix Tatum, she's here. Jessica O'Neill with the Dynamo and Dash, she's here. And Houston First CEO Michael Heckman is here too. And I also see Brian Chang in the back. Everyone knows Brian from the soccer community. Dynamo legend Brian Chang, he's here too. So I'll let you guys break up, do some one-on-one interviews if you like. If you have any other questions, you can come see me. You can come see Lester. He's in the back as well if you have anything. Amber is also here as well. So thanks for coming. 2 years of the World Cup. Let's get it. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, let's do that.
I was telling somebody about you the other day.
I tell a lot of people about you.
I was like,
Love it. I want to make sure we get our team together. I'd
okay,
like to have you.
yeah, let's do it. Are we gonna do it in the middle here, Janice?
Yeah, let's do it right here in the middle.
You know, I like the bars. I always like that.
It's a good visual for people who need the visual reference.
It's all, we're good.
Bishop just got it.
Oh,
Just in time.
Just in time for the picture.
Linda. Look who showed up for the picture. Come on.
We're not doing without me.
Linda.
Oh, sorry.
From the back, it